2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Younghoe Koo all set to do the honors, and we are underway from Atlanta.
Yeah, like I always get the ball first,
Here
man.
comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Don't do me.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From nearby Norcross, Georgia, it's Alvin Kamara. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. There he goes inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake, Winston. And that's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action now, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. 56 to Mike. 56 is Mike. Coming to you.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
He's checking. Crash.
Hey, take.
Kill.
Hey, Sam.
Kill.
Take.
First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter.
Oh, yeah.
First carry, he loses the football. And
Oh,
this is
big man with football. Go.
And a terrific return as he takes
nigga
this thing
slow.
all the way down near the
This shit Lattimore.
Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Play fake. Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14.
Before the playoffs.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action, Ryan.
That's got to be a pick.
It's going to be incomplete. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate.
I guess I did too much, huh?
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 36. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he loses the football
Oh, yeah, this shit. Ooh.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Johnson running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
It's the score, Saints 21, Falcons nothing. Will Lutz to kick off.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
The ball carrier, A.J. Terrell on the
21-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Saints 21, Falcons nothing.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Where'd it go? There you go.
Winston now.
Oh.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Everybody fumbling out here, huh?
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. I'll see you 92.
Season, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from getting.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big play there for Atlanta.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Ryan. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, Marcus, go.
Here this half, it's intercepted.
It's you, bro.
Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they will finally
Who's
get
that ass lineman catching this man?
40-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The 10th carry for Kamara. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And the Saints first down.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hill with a give to Kamara on the option.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
On 3rd down, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And they go the
You did some
wrong way on
goofy
this
shit.
one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Lutz puts this one through. And the route is on. It's 24-0.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is oh man, I can't throw
bogus.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
And Ryan's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Watch the out. 50.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And John Brown's got it complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 6 there on first.
2nd and 4.
Hey, Tuesday. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Bang. Mike 20. Man, I got you. Hey, Mike 20.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They go play action with Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan.
That's a, yeah, good shit.
They cannot convert. and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
I had to do it. I pressed the wrong button. I had Michael Thomas.
Way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winston now from the 50. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
That's it, boy.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that one will bounce out of the back. The end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Frank's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. They go play action with Franks. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, we watch safety green, watch safety green. He's creeping. 49, check 49, check 49. Watch the safety green. Check 37, check 37.
Out of the gun, they run with Carter.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 46. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 46. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
What's up? What you got? What's up, working? Hey.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be
This nigga just ran the other way. The hole's there.
to the end zone and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
At the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Setting up play action. Franks.
He completes it to Ridley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play.
That nigga's running that crossing route ad nauseum.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Free play? How?
We
What?
looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
That shit crazy.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Franks. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Off the play fake. Here's Franks.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this
That's
is
a pig. Come on, get you one, bro.
bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Second and 10. A handoff for Carter.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not too many offenses want to turn down. When you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Now Franks. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is indeed good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Aku just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Off the play fake, Winston. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Running with Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position
is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Looking for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Able to push his way through. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
Oh, this nigga got hurt.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara
with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Beautiful shit, fellas. That's the way to close out the season. Win the division on your rival's field.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Atlanta offense
shit.
out there for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting.
Oh, they caught face mask.
So
Come on.
because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Frank's looking to throw.
Oh, he dropped that. What the fuck was that?
He's brought down after a very nice gain.
First and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Frank's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
How do I not have all this momentum? That's what I want to know.
Here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go, D, get off the field.
Frank's now. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, man.
Johnson. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
16 brings up 2nd down.
Off play action. Franks.
Good shit, Cam.
Taken down. Pressure gets
Oh,
there.
what the fuck, bro?
I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league,
Hurry up and get out of this game, bro.
Like this.
Fucking me up.
All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now,
My
this has
goodness,
not
boy.
been his game.
To throw on 3rd down. Franks. He's going to air one out.
Oh, they played me. They really played me.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
Well, right there. Whoa. We out here on some shit, boy. My nigga couldn't get there.
Caught at the 7-yard line.
I kept stopping Lattimore from going over there.
Russell Gage, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are finally.
At least this
in the
nigga
end
not
zone
hurt
here
long
this
term.
Friday.
Get out of there, bruh.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson.
No.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Falcons 12. Youngway.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional.
No, man, just like, fuck it, I'm not going to match up no more.
They did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Jameis to throw it. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people are thinking about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. Wiggles free. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Falcons 12. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Franks. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's Franks now from the shotgun. He'll get that one to Carter complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
56 to Mike, boy,
On 1st down, here's Franks. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this down into Atlanta territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Let's go, defense. And here we go. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. It's just me.
And they take a knee.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. 4 down. Alert. 45. 45. Mike, 45. It's got to.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.
They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans,
they get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 overall.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set